back to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Courtney. Today's video is a special one because it is a collaboration with Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. She has a fantastic channel and is so sweet. She does country/rustic themed DIYs, and the things she does with Dollar Tree items will blow your mind. Like, seriously, she transforms them into beautiful pieces of art. So please go say hi to her and check out her video when you are done watching mine. You know the drill. Drop the cowboy emoji if you have it, or the scissors, so she can easily spot you in the comments and say hi to you. And if you're from Tracy's channel, I'm so happy you are here. I love doing budget-friendly DIYs and decor, and honestly, I just keep it real in this channel. I'll show you the ups and downs of my DIY journey. I also have Facebook and Instagram where you can find bonus DIYs, monthly challenges, a little behind the scenes. So those are linked down below. I would love to have you there. And also, before I forget, Tracy also has a Facebook group that you can get tons of ideas from. So please go check out her Facebook group as well. So without further ado, let's get into today's country Christmas DIYs. So the first type of present I want to make are some wooden presents. I have seen these all over Pinterest and knew I wanted to make my own. I had this scrap piece of 2x10 in my garage, and all I did before I brought it in was just quickly sand all the corners and the edges, as you can see, to kind of round them off a little bit. And then I gave the board a very light sanding, but didn't worry about making it super smooth. And then I'm going to take some of this Waverly ivory colored chalk paint, and I'm going to paint just one coat on these boards. Some areas I'll go heavier than others, but basically what it'll end up doing is giving me a distressed look without having to go back in and sand it. And here's what the board looked like after I was done painting it. I just wanted to show you, this is what I was trying to go for, was a distressed look by not putting too much paint on my boards. While my board is finished drying, I'm going to take these 3 words that I got from the pack from Dollar Tree, and they are super shiny, so I'm going to be using 3 different colors of paint to try to just kind of tone them down a little bit. I'm going to be using this galvanized tin paint that I got from Hobby Lobby, as well as the Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant and the color Silver Lining. Once the words are dry, I'm just going to take some of this matte Mod Podge and do a light coat over the tops of all 3 words so that they are sealed and protected. Now that my words are dry, I'm just going to set my words down on the presents so I know about where I want them to go, and then that way I can figure out where I need to start tying my ribbon and then finishing off these gifts. So I'm going to be using this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was $9.99 with half off. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking a piece of it and tying it around one end of the present. After I have tied and knotted it, I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and secure this down to the present where the knot is, and then I'm going to go ahead and fishtail the ends of the ribbon. Now I'm going to take another piece of ribbon that I just cut from the roll that's about the same length as the 2 fishtails that are on there now. And again, I'm going to fishtail this little piece. I'm going to take some wire and cinch it in at the center, and then I'm going to attach this to my present. I'm just going to take my little pieces of greenery that I have. I've got some cotton stems, some other little embellishments, and just kind of lay it out so I can figure out what I want to do here. I've got these little pieces of cotton that I got from Dollar Tree, but I didn't like how plasticky they looked. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking some truffle paint and then painting those just to kind of darken them up and take the shiny away. And then I'll be ready to start gluing in all my embellishments. Now taking some hot glue, I am going to just go ahead and secure these embellishments into this ribbon here, and then the last step will be for me to attach the word joy to the present. Taking some E6000, I'm going to put some on the back of this word, and then I'm just going to stick it down and then let it dry really, really good and for a while overnight, and then it'll be nice and attached. I wanted to make sure it was permanent, and so I wouldn't recommend using hot glue for this because it will just not hold. I kind of did a test and I could tell it would easily get knocked off. So if you want it to stick, go ahead and use E6000 or super glue if you want to. And then from here, I'm going to basically do the exact same process for the two other presents as well as attaching the words. And then I'm going to go in and add a little bit of red to each of the packages. To finish these off, I'm going to put some red embellishments. So on the largest package, which is Believe, I'm going to put some of these bells, and I really like them because they're not the super bright cherry red bells. They may seem bright on camera, but they're the more muted kind of dark red. And so I'm going to add 2 bells to the Believe package. And then for Peace and Joy, I'm going to add some of the little crystallized berries, again with the deep red color that I got from Hobby Lobby. And here are the wooden presents, all finished, red accents and all. This next present is probably the easiest one to do out of these. So all you're gonna need is some sort of packing boxes. This time of year I get tons from Amazon, so I always save them for things like this. And you wanna go ahead and just tape it, close it off. You don't need to weight it down or do anything like that. And then once the box is ready to go, you're gonna cut 2 pieces of fabric or burlap. I like working with burlap for a more rustic look. And basically you want 2 strips cut to cover going in both directions. I hope that makes sense. So here's one going this way, and then you'll cut the other one to go on top of that one and cover the other side. So hopefully like that. So you just want to cut it down to side, and you basically just want to cut to where it's at the edge of the box. You don't need a bunch of overhang or anything like that. Just kind of cut it to where it fits the width and the length of the box. Now we're ready to start attaching our fabric. So I like to work at the top of the present first, and basically I'm just going to start at the top, secure it with hot glue, and go along and just continue to do that all around the box, finishing on the bottom. You'll notice my fabric is very wrinkly here. I don't iron. I mentioned that in my Facebook Live, so you're more than welcome to iron, but I'm just going to call it extra rustic-y by leaving it wrinkled like that. Especially if you're working with burlap, I also would recommend getting a little spatula like this, because then the glue, if it seeps through the holes of the burlap, you won't burn your fingers. So I'm just going to continue to go around with this strip, and then I will take the other strip and do the exact same thing. Both pieces of fabric are wrapped around the box, and now I'm going to go and work around the edges of the present, and I think this is what kind of gives it that rustic primitive look. So basically you just want to squirt some glue down in the edges of the package and then just kind of push the two pieces of fabric together, trim whatever or however much you want off, and then it kind of just leaves your edges nice and rough looking. If you don't like that look, then you certainly can make it look more refined, but I just think this gives it a totally different look and I really like it. Here's what it looks like when all of the fabric has been secured down. Again, it's got the rough edges, which I really like. And now I'm going to go ahead and piece together a bow. So I'm going to take this burlap that I had left over from my Surebonder box challenge video that I just did, and I'm going to basically do one wrap around this way, secure it with hot glue, then do the cross piece, again, secure it with hot glue, and then I'm going to make the actual bow and just piece it together. To make the actual bow, I'm going to take a piece of burlap and basically make a loop and just secure the two ends together. And then I'm going to take another piece and put it across the center of my loop, and voila, I've got a bow. And then I'm just going to hot glue it down to the top of my package. Here is the little gray present sitting underneath my Winter Wonderland themed tree. Okay, the last present I'm going to make is what I'd probably call Farmhouse Glam. So basically your first couple of steps are exactly like the present you just saw. You're going to take whatever fabric you want to use. I'm using some nice furry fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to cut the two strips, and then I'm going to attach it the exact same way, putting one strip sitting underneath my winter wonderland themed tree. I will be showing all of my 8 Christmas trees starting pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you love Christmas DIYs. And again, thank you for visiting from Tracy's channel. If you're here, I hope you will consider sticking around and subscribing. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.